How's it going, ladies and gentlemen? My name is Jedediah Stevens, and this is my speech project about solar panels. So, the prompt on Patent EDU was that you should make a presentation regarding solar panels and basically give that presentation to your boss. Now, of course, the problem that I've encountered with this is that I'm not part of a business and I don't have a boss where solar panels would be fruitful. So, just to begin, I basically have figured out that I needed to create a fictitious business that I would need to be appraised for electricity and then see if solar panels were relevant or not. So I had to do some digging. So what I did was I called a solar company and I said, all right, I decided that I would invent a bakery that I'm planning on building a bakery in sort of the Lower East Bay, possibly San Leandro, Hayward, or Castro Valley, something along those lines. And I was looking for a place around 4,000 square feet, and I asked them sort of the pro cons of this. So I could get some information, so I could figure out, well, maybe this is a good idea, maybe this is a bad idea. So this is what I found. Now, the costs that I found were actually for a ballpark figure seemed pretty astronomical. It turns out that for a 4,000 square foot ish building, and I'm of course talking about a bakery, so nothing that was using too much electricity. The lady that I talked to, put the money for this thing at around $35,000 to $50,000. So that's a lot of money, and we all know that. And she said before purchasing or even considering purchasing solar panels, that you should probably run whatever building you're using and pay PG&E for the first 6 months, so you can kind of get a flat line of how much you're going to be paying. Now, of course, this doesn't exist, and I don't own this building, so I asked her for some further information about that, and she said on average that paying PG&E for something like that, 4,000 square feet, for it's a small business, aka a bakery, a couple fridges, lighting, things like that, not a whole lot. She said it would be somewhere between 10 to 15 kilowatts per month, and that would cost around $300 to $400 per month to PG&E. So I don't know the math off the top of my head, but it seems relatively straight off the bat that it would take a very long time in order for this whatever 300 and 400, 300 to $400 a month to pay off this whatever 35 to 50 grand that we are throwing into getting these solar panels. Now, granted, that $300 to $400 a month would utterly and completely disappear. So, if we have a bunch of money to begin with, we can make that payment, and of course, this would be a benefit that we could make that payment, and then after that's made, we're done. We don't need to pay for electricity for feasibly the rest of the existence of this bakery, which granted doesn't exist, but we are we're working with the fact that it does. So if this bakery lasts a long time, then it will start to pay itself off at some period of time. Now that would be a benefit. Whereas, the disadvantage of paying that $300 to $400 monthly on average never goes away. You always pay that. Whereas if we do invest in these solar panels, it will eventually pay for itself. So that's really that I'd say that would be the key benefit if we're planning on a business that will last a reasonably long period of time. That would be really the main benefit. That if we're lasting a while, then we eventually, granted I don't know the math, we will stop having to pay PG&E whatever sum of money per month. Now, it might take a while, of course, but I would view that as a benefit. Now, short term, that would be a disadvantage if we went under, because then we would be losing money. That would be the disadvantages. Now, I did ask about tax benefits, and it was a little confusing because I don't understand a lot about taxes. But from what the lady said to me on the phone, is she said that we could take up to a 30% federal tax credit off of what we pay, which from the way she described it was that whatever income we make, now we're working in a bakery, so whatever we sell, bread, pastries, etc., if that becomes profitable, if we start making money, then if we use these solar panels, then we can get actually down to 30% less than what normal people pay in taxes for profitable income. So which is actually a pretty substantial amount of money. So that's on top of what we are saving after whatever period of time whatever period of time it takes to stop paying electric bills and basically pay off this solar panel system. Plus, we have this 30% federal tax credit off of our business. Now, if you weigh all these factors, that we get these federal tax credits that lessen our taxation, and we'll be able to pay off. We'll be able to stop paying electrical bills in essence after a while. I'd say that it is profitable, granted we stay in business for the period of time that it takes to pay off the solar panel system itself. So I would be cautious in approaching this as a small business owner, but I think in the long run it probably would be a good idea. Thank you very much.